Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. Give it a couple, well, just one more minute, let more people join and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today's session, we're going to cover just a handful of topics that our team and some of the Advisor Link team has received over the past couple of months to start the new year. The takeaways from today should give you a little bit more clarity on how to do some of the common functionalities, such as using the Research Center. We'll talk about service requests. We'll talk about account maintenance, and we'll talk about the client portal. To get started, a lot of people have asked, "Hey, where are your videos to see the training? We know that you've made them, but we can't really locate them now." So I'll point that out now. The resources or the training videos that I've made are live on Advisor Center now. So if you go to Advisor Center and click on StoneNet's Wealth Solutions, if you click that drop down, you can now go to Envestnet Central, and here are the Envestnet tutorials now populating on this webpage. So training is indicated by the word training. So here's some modules for the client portal. Here's some training for the Envestnet platform tutorials. If you click into that link, what you'll notice is you'll see these circles and standard video links that I've created. If you click into it, it'll start playing the video. These are what I consider essential to the platform for you to understand how to do certain functions on your own. So building a proposal, building a custom UMA model, how to view your reports. And then here are additional links to more topics such as, how to attach a APM model to a client proposal, how to run a strategy modification as well. These videos are about 5 minutes or less. If some are a little bit more than 5 minutes in length, that is on purpose due to some of these subjects being a little bit more in depth for you to understand the system. So please save this to your files. Again, you can go to StoneNet's Wealth Solutions, hit that drop down, go to InvestNet Central, and here are some PDFs for you to utilize in terms of training. Also from here is the entire catalog of InvestNet video tutorials that I've made. You can hit view all, and when you hit view all, you'll see pretty much all of the videos again that I've created here. So you see our prior calls as well. The call we hosted back in November with Michael Pescator on tax overlay. Here's the new client portal call that we hosted as well. Additionally, on resources for InvestNet, once you're in your advisor portal, you can also click this question mark box here and go to support and training. So if you have someone new joining your branch, and you want them to learn a little bit more about the system, you can click into that. And then in the right-hand corner here, you can go to Envestnet University. And then within Envestnet University, you can click on all courses, and you can have that person take a deeper dive into what's available on the platform, how to run proposals. That is also here. My version is a little bit more customized to our processes here at the home office, but they can, get a deeper dive on the platform by utilizing the InvestNet University tab as well. So here you just see all of the videos and courses that they have available. All right. So classes in session, again, we're going to go over these 4 topics. Client portal, let's get started with that. If you guys are having issues with your existing portal that you're using, whether it's a custodian portal, whether it's Allbridge, Envestnet does have an alternative solution for you to utilize. The client portal is free for each and every one of you. When you log in or launch the client portal for your client, they see the same thing that you see. So when you guys are enabling access for them, there's no different screen. They see the same data that you see as well. So to see what the client portal looks like, we can bring up a client here. We're going to launch the client portal. The great thing about this is a lot of advisors that I've worked with so far this year like the capability for the client to self-service themselves, meaning you don't have to send them a password reset. They don't have to call a 1-800 number. If they're having any issues, they can just reach directly out to me, and I can work with Envestnet on remedying the issues that they're having. Also, multi-factor authentication is also set up. So when they log in, they'll be required to link a phone number or email to get a code in addition to their password. So what does the client see when they launch the client portal? They see just an overview of their net worth. They see their holdings. They see their asset allocation. This is my demo account, but they'll see all transaction activity here under the activities tab. You'll see account performance, realized gain loss, projected income, and documents. So under documents, they'll just see their QPR statements or holding analysis. To dig a little bit deeper into those individual tabs, we can click to the far left here, and then under reports, your client can go to the account performance. And here you see right now is saying that we're going to see all data for all accounts, but the client can toggle between which accounts that they want to see the data for account performance. So here they just get a really nice line chart of how their account has performed over 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or inception to date. And here, if you scroll down, they want to see just the numbers on the other metrics. So 3, 1, and 5. I just changed this to inception. They can see the numbers here as well. So if you're thinking about a switch and you're wondering, how do I enable my client to the client portal for Envestnet? It's pretty simple. Let me sign out here. Under the practice tab, if you go to client portal access, you see how this box is available for me to click in. This means that Mr. George Johnson here, my demo client, has the 3 criteria that's needed to give him access to the client portal very quickly, meaning he has his phone number, he has his email, he has his social updated on his Envestnet profile. To see if your client has that information updated, we can go to the General tab and click into the member there, Mr. George Johnson. And then here's where we can update that personal information. So his email, here's his social, phone number here. Just make sure all of those things are updated. And again, once it is, you're able to click this box here, go to actions to the top right, and then you'll be able to enable client portal. And here you can send a personalized message to the client. It'll go straight to their email. You can say, hey, Mr. Johnson, I've enabled the Envestnet client portal for you. You will receive a link to set up your username password. So you'll create that custom message, and that's exactly what the customer will see on their end when you enable the client portal. Another good thing about the client portal is that there is a mobile app available. So they'll see those same widgets and same information for their account on the mobile app as well. If you're interested in this, I'll send a follow-up email with the replay of the call that we hosted a couple months ago with Envestnet that gives you a little bit more access and information to the details to really enable this for all of your clients in bulk if you want to. One more thing to point out. So let's say you enable the client portal here. This is how you keep track to see, has my client activated the portal? So activation status right here, it'll let you know that Mr. Denning here has access or turned on his access to the client portal. All right, next is the research center. A lot of people have reached out to us and say, hey, how do I find client-facing reports for individual managers? So I want to show my client performance for the StoneX models or BlackRock or Fidelity models. How do I get that? Can you find that out for me? Well, the Research Center is a very robust um, solution for you to find those documents. So if you go to research from your advisor portal, here's all our information. Let's go over the programs first really quickly. StoneX Model Solutions is where you'll find all of these StoneX Core Foundations American Plus models. StoneX Select Managers, you'll find our StoneX US High Div, StoneX US Growth stock portfolios, and then all other SMAs that we've made available for you on the system. And then StoneX Select Strategies are any other FSPs, meaning any other mutual fund or ETF portfolios. So let's say you want to pull in a report for the StoneX Core Moderate Strategy. We can click into that specific strategy and go to Performance tab. And then here we can go to Export, and we can export this and have a meeting with our client and show them performance. So this is already pre-approved for you to show in the client meeting. Here it just shows the product gross and net, gives you a line chart, bar chart here, additional statistics for that individual investment portfolio as well. And then you'll see composition, and you'll see sustainability metrics. All of this is available for you to print off and show in your client meeting. Another good thing about the Research Center is, let's say you want to compare two models. So let's see StoneX Core Moderate Strategy compared to StoneX Core Tactical Growth. Just for example, if we go back after we select those two boxes and go back to our Actions tab and view product comparison, and then if we click on compare, here it'll show us side by side those two individual portfolios, how they performed side by side to each other. So performance, again, here now you see StoneX Core and the Core Tactical Growth side by side. The same information is here as before. And again, just export that and you can use that in a client meeting or just for your own research purposes as well. Now, another key function of the Research Center is finding a personalized solution for your client. So if your client wants to see, top performing SMAs in the top quartile, you can filter that out. The filter tab is really how you narrow down your selection availability. So if we want to see, for example, broad asset class equity SMAs, we'll select our SMA program here, StoneX Select Managers. And then if we scroll down, as I'm scrolling down, you see all of the key components here that you can filter by to really narrow down and get you that personalized solution for your client. But for this example, we're looking for performance, total return performance trailing 5-year top quartile. If we hit apply there, Here it took us from 369 SMAs to just 175. And then from within here, if we want to see, well, is BlackRock a part of that search result? We can type in BlackRock to see if any specific managers within BlackRock are in our top quartile 5-year total return. Yes, there is. There's 2. And here's your information for BlackRock. And you can do it for any manager. Just go back to the filter, delete the name, Nuveen. Here's 3 Nuveen. So if you like this filter, another thing that you can do is save the layout. So you don't have to refilter each time you come to the research center. So if we just hit the save layout here and then hit the plus icon to save current layout, we can give this a name. We can say top quartile SMAs, and then we can save that, hit apply. And then the next time we come in, we can go back to our save layouts and pull up the layout we save, and it'll automatically input that information. So please utilize the Research Center to give your clients that personalized product or portfolio that they're looking for. If you have any questions on this, please reach out to me as well. Again, all of the information here is client facing. The next thing we'll cover is account trade simulations. We get a handful of questions on this as well. How do I see what's going to happen to the account before we either make a product change? So say we move from one manager to a StoneX manager or a BlackRock manager, or if we're raising cash, what's going to happen to the portfolio, what trades are going to happen. So to see that, we can go back home and then we can pull up our client account. And then we can go to the simulation tab. And our simulation tab is going to populate certain topics or trade operations that we can simulate for. So if we go to these inverse arrows here, this is our simulate trades option. And then here we can select from 4 options. So if we want to simulate trades on a rebalance, if we want to simulate trades on a raise cash or invest cash or product change, we can select that there. For this example, let's do product change because that's the most popular question we get. And there's really 2 ways to see the product change. So I'll show you how you can access it here on the client's financials tab. So under the simulation program, if we want to find a specific product that we want to change the client's account into, here are our programs again here. For example, we'll seek out a StoneX product. Let's say we want to transition this client's portfolio to the tactical core or tactical growth. Here, if we hit continue, here you'll see the number of trades that will likely occur in the client account. So here it's saying it's going to buy 8, sell 1, or liquidate 1, and sell 43 new positions. And you can break this out and see position by position what's going to happen. Here's the transition units, transaction total, transaction price, and then here's a big one: short-term, long-term gain. So that's really what people are looking for. Like, hey, is my client going to really realize a lot of long-term gains from transitioning this current account to a new account? So here is just another way for you to see that before you even consider running the proposal. Now, one other way to see this is running the proposal. So if we take a second to switch to see what that looks like, if we go to proposals here and then under strategy modification, you'll see what this looks like on a document that you can share with the client as you're having that conversation. So here on the summary tab, once you've run the proposal and you generate the documents, it'll usually be around on page 9 or 8 where you'll see this information, but it'll show you the same thing that you just saw on the previous screen. It'll show you the transaction price. It'll show you what the account will buy more of or sell more of, and then you and the client can really make that decision. So these are really important um, features in terms of trade simulations that you all can be utilizing in terms of client portfolio management. So let's look at our investment strategy proposal here. Let that download. There it is there. So yeah, around page 9, you get a really nice and descriptive page that you can share with the client or just see a little bit better visually what that looks like. So here's the information. It's going to sell more of IDEX. Here's the long-term gain implications from doing that. Here's the short-term gain implications of doing that. And then we just continue all the way down. We get a total proposed realized gain loss. Now, this is a hypothetical trade implementation. So this data is based off when you run the information for the account. So if you run this today and implement the strategy 2 days later, this could change between those 2 days. So just keep that in mind. So if we go back and just look at some of the other options that we have for trade simulations, you'll need to clear out those trades if you want to run a different one. So um, let's say we go back here on the trade simulation tab, we'll need to cancel, and then we'll need to go back into our simulate trades tab again to run a separate type of trade. So I hope this has been helpful. I know a lot of you have been asking how to do this. If you have any questions, please reach out on this as well. The last thing that I'll cover before we head out is service requests. You guys can submit your own service requests for things like raising cash or submitting a trade hold, removing trade hold. You can do that yourselves in 2025. I empower you guys to start doing that. You don't have to send it to the advisor link team each time to put a account on trade hold. To do that, you can go to the account here. Let's pull up that same demo account. So once we're on the financials tab and we go to service, we can click the plus icon next to the registration for the account, and we can go to trade hold just for example. And here you can go to action and add the trade hold for the account, select the reason, comment if you want, hit the accept option. select for trade hold, submit the request. So the great thing about this is, guys, if you have the power and you're doing this on your own, you can also remove the trade hold. So you don't have to call AdvisorLink or send AdvisorLink an email to say, hey, put this on trade hold, take this off trade hold. You can easily come in here and do that on your own. Save you guys a little bit of time if there's some movement in the market and you want this done pretty quickly. This is instantaneously done. So maybe within 2 minutes after you submit the request, it is removed from trade hold or added on trade hold. So again, the power's in your hands here to do some of these service requests. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on this as well. The next service request thing that I'll go over is the sleeve guided service request. You now can select a sleeve to raise cash from, or select a sleeve to systematically withdraw from. So to do that, we can go back to our client account. For instance, systematic withdrawal, let's set up a new one. Here we can set up our frequency, withdrawal method here. Let's just say ACH, trade across registration. But as you continue to scroll down, now under sleeve guided systematic withdrawal, this will allow you to say, I want to draw out $5,000 from a specific sleeve monthly. Let's leave that there. And then here is where you'll say negative $5,000 because we're wanting to pull out 5,000 from a specific sleeve. So we'll just hit save and next there. And then the next tab on this is the sleeve selection. So here's our UMA account. We want to withdraw $5,000 from the StoneNet's core moderate strategy. We can click the edit button here. And then you see our cash amount here is negative 5,000. We're going to apply that to this sleeve. So now instead of having the systematic withdrawal trade across the entire account, you now have the power to sleeve guide service request here and say, this is where I want the money to come from, to be raised from in terms of cash. So once that looks okay, we can go to save and nets, and then we can review our service request here, and then we'll submit that request, and then that systematic withdrawal for the sleeve guided service request has been set up. Now you can do this for raise cash as well. You'll just go to raise cash, to withdraw, and then withdrawal method, and do the same thing for the systematic withdrawal. So those are two new features that you guys can do on your own now in terms of service requests. If you guys have any questions on anything I covered today, please feel free to reach out to me. So with that, we'll go to a little bit of dismissal here. Upcoming calls, we'll have some guests on from Envestnet on March 17th and someone from BlackRock on March 31st. With 317, we'll have Scott Liddell here giving us a direct indexing overview. A lot of people have reached out to us over the year saying, hey, how is direct indexing beneficial to a high net worth client? How's that different from just buying an index fund? So we'll get an overview of that with Scott. Scott's is the director of investment product consultants group at Envestnet. So he's very knowledgeable about the topic. I think you guys will really enjoy that one. And then on 331, we'll have Eileen Hayes from BlackRock, Vice President of Aladdin BlackRock Wealth. I think you guys will really enjoy that one as well. The BlackRock tool here is going to be really useful for you guys to get an assessment of how your current APM models are performing. You can compare that to any BlackRock model on this tool. You'll also be able to compare the StoneX models as well. So StoneX Core, StoneX American Plus, and StoneX Foundations. So here you'll have 4 basic modules essentially. So the 360 evaluator is where you can analyze your APM portfolios, investment quality, get a fund level health check of your portfolio, scenario tester, test that portfolio against historical financial incidents, so such as the crash of 08, recessionary periods as well, and then tax evaluator. So you can see the capital gains estimates and identify potential tax loss harvest opportunities. This will be a free tool for you all if you're interested in this. Also feel free to reach out. I'll have to enable this for you one by one, but I feel like you guys will really get a lot out of that tool. So with that, we'll dismiss the class. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at wealthsolutions@stonex.com. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.